Hi class. So video is about a block style business letter. And as explained in online in Canvas, this isn't the only style there is. And I want you to go to the Purdue OWL, the online writing lab, and check out some other styles. But this is a really common style of business document. Now, if you start work somewhere and they use a different style, that's fine. You just have to find out what it is. But at least you'll know the very basic block style business letter. Everything's left aligned. So most letters will have or most companies will have some kind of letterhead. And if they don't, then you could start with the return address of the company who's sending it, but we're not a company. So we're just going to go down a couple of spaces. I went down 3 because I haven't chose no spacing here, and I'm going to turn on the show hide. It's actually my preference to hit no spacing. As you can see here, when I select this paragraph marker, that the default in Microsoft 2013, the default for spacing after the paragraph is 8 point. If you're using 2010, it's a 10-point space. So you don't have to hit the enter key to create a space between paragraphs. But I like to be in control of that. So I'm going to turn on no spacing, and then I'm going to go down. And also with the block style business letter, especially the old-fashioned way, I'm going to turn this to Times New Roman 12 point. So I'm going to type TIM and it pops in there for me, and I'm just going to hit the enter key. And then I want this to be 12 point. So that's the very basic business standard. No spacing after the paragraph. You control the spaces. Times New Roman 12 point. So let's make sure it stays at that. Okay, so let me just highlight, make sure they're all 12 point. All right. So I went down 4 or 5. I'm going to leave my show hide on. This is the non-printing characters. So I'm going to leave this on. And I'm going to insert the date. So I'm doing this today. It's November 16th actually. So when I start to type November, it should automatically say, oh, are you looking for November? Press enter. So I'm going to press enter, and then when I hit the space bar, it gives me the full date today. So yes, that's what I want. And now I'm going to go down 3, which leaves 2 blank spaces, and I'm going to put the inside address. And the inside address is Joni Watkins, space, enter key, 1105 North Almond. Whoops, and we have to make sure Almond Drive we spell correctly. New York, New York, 01012. Now I've made a mistake here, and you see the red squiggly underline, but in reality the red squiggly underline does not mean an error. So I'm going to right click, and it says, oh, did you mean this? Well, if I did, then I can say that. Or if that's actually the correct spelling of the name of the city that I wanted it to be, then I would just add that to my dictionary or ignore it. But in fact, yes, I did make a typo. But red squiggly underline does not mean it's spelled wrong. It means it's not in the dictionary. All right, I'm going to go down 2, which means I'm going to type on the second line, so I have 1 blank line in there. And I'm going to type, Dear Miss Watkins, because I don't know whether she's married or not. And I'm going to put a colon. Let me turn off the show hide for a minute. The colon is for business documents. If Joni was my friend and I said, Dear Joni, then I would just use a comma. But she's not. This is a business letter. So I'm going to turn this back on, enter, enter, and then I'm going to type the letter. And I'm going to type the whole thing here, and you're going to, you can stop, I'm going to stop this, finish the whole letter, and then when you are looking through it, you can stop it at this point and then type it out. All right, because I can't talk and type at the same time, as you can see. Okay, so I'm almost done, and you can see it's just a short little letter. So when you need to type it up, just pause the video, type it up, and then you'll and then start the video again. And you can see that now I have a blue squiggly underline. And so if I right click to see what Microsoft wants to do, it actually found my error for me. It doesn't always do that. And I'm going to encourage you to always, always, always proofread your document carefully. And in fact, I should probably do that. And I'm going to do it before I finish this video, but I won't do it with you sitting here. So now I finished, that's the end of this. Enter, enter, sincerely. And now I need to have 3 blanks. So I'm going to go down 4 and type on this. But what I want you to type here, well, Tracy Montgomery, AMA Northwest, chapter president. And enter, enter, and here will be the typist initials. And the typist initials means your initials. So when I see this, I will know who this is from, and I should see your initials right there. Now you want to make sure that they stay lowercase. When I hit the space bar, when I go down, actually I'm going down 1 line, because I said up here, I have included the dates. Let me turn this off. I have included the dates of our meeting for the next year on a separate sheet. That means there's some enclosure here. So I need to let her know that there's another page to this. So when I hit the enter key and type enclosure, it wants to capitalize the C because there's a feature in here that's a default. I can turn it off, but I'm not going to. There's a feature in here of the default that says capitalize the first letter of every new sentence. Well, because this is on a line by itself, it thinks it's a sentence. So I need to make sure that I go back and make sure that that is lowercase. Okay? All right, so I'm going to proofread this before I finish up the this video for you. Okay, so this letter is right. Well, I proofed it and I don't see anything wrong with it. You can tell me if you found something. So we go down 4 or 5. I went down 4 and I started typing. Then we go down 2 or 3. I went down 3. You could even go 3 or 4 if you wanted 3 blanks between the date and the inside address. And then we have a blank space, Dear Miss Watkins. So you can see I wouldn't need these blank spaces if I was using the Microsoft normal style. You're going to use that style with all things in your textbook. So I'm showing you something different just so that you understand the difference between, that there are different ways to do this. And then make sure that you leave 3 for the signature. Some people sign really large, right? So they have a large signature and you need that space, that 3 space. All right, that's the end of this video.